going on, guys? This is Paul Whitehorn with Dent Repair USA, and today we're talking about why the cheap dent repair kits online are not working for you. I'm going to turn some of these losses into wins, and I'm going to help you make your dent look a lot different. First off, all the kits on Amazon, for example, that are under $100 only support 2 of the 4 primary methods to repair dents, namely glue pulling and tapping down. Also, if you're getting a kit, make sure to get one with a light board. You don't need that if you have an iPad or an iPhone. You can simply download Dent Inspector and have someone hold the iPad or iPhone while you make a repair. Now, here's my scale of volume of methods used in a given week. This is across a wide variety of dent repairs like yours. So 70 to 80% of my repairs are metal on metal. That means I'm taking a tool and I'm adjusting from behind the surface of the dent in order to effect a repair. Now, only 20 to 30% of those repairs are glue pulling process. And essentially, that's all that you're going to get in these kits, with the exception of also being able to tap down. Now, glue pulling is also the most dangerous thing that I can do on the surface of a vehicle. I'm going to give you 6 reasons why these kits are failing you and how to turn those into wins. You're missing key components in the kits, and or you have the wrong components. Here are a few things that you need to know to increase your odds for a better repair. Number 1, they have poor lighting systems. The visual systems that they have are inadequate, or they typically choose the most difficult patterns for beginners to use without LED light support. That's okay, because I want you to simply skip those and use your phone or essentially any lighting system with a line in the center. Whenever you're using any of these lighting systems or boards, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have your eye parallel to the deepest portion of the dent, and then you have the lighted source with the lines on the back side of that. You're actually physically looking at the dent, and then the lighted source, you're going to back that source up about a foot or so as far as you can and still be able to see the ripples in it, and then that's how you're going to make your adjustments. If for whatever reason you did purchase a reflection board, here are a few tips that will help you. Number 1, you want to have the sun on the opposite side of the board. So the light of the sun is going to hit the board, those lines are going to hit your dent, and then it's going to hit your eye, okay? And then that's how you make adjustment. Number 2, inadequate pushing tools for most application. Most of these kits are going to have a wide variety, especially like the expensive ones. They're basically giving you the same thing over and over again. That's not going to help you. You know, one of the main things that they don't have is a whale tail. Essentially, it's a flat tool. Your dent is behind a brace. You're going to use that brace as leverage to push up on the surface of your dent. You do need, in some cases, in the open areas, you are going to need some direct pushing tools. Based on where your dent's located, you can make those determinations. Number 3 is lack of instruction or skilled learning on how to use these products. They're very thin, and really and truly it's putting all the risk on you as the owner of a vehicle. If you pull the paint off of your vehicle, or you crack paint or any of those things using these tools, it's all completely on you. So it's important to have some understanding of how paintless dent repair actually works. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips here that will help you. First off, you want to add some kind of buffer between the metal tip that you're pushing with and the actual metal on the panel. So get some duct tape, electrical tape, Gorilla tape, anything like that. You're going to want to cover that tool before you try to make any kind of pushes. Because the last thing that you want to do is create a big mess for another technician to come behind and try to repair, because ultimately that's going to cost you a lot more money. Another thing that you need to do with lack of instruction is you need to accept the fact that you're not going to get this dent to 100%. Your expectations need to be, you're going to make this dent look significantly different than it currently does, and you want to do it in a way that's not going to hurt your vehicle. So if you're making pushes and you're uncertain, don't just wildly push in there. What you want to do is you want to get that tool in the very core of the dent and make light adjustments. Get a blow dryer, something to heat that panel up, especially if you're in cold weather. You want that panel to be at around 170 degrees if you can get it there, and you can monitor it. You don't want to raise it above 220 degrees. You definitely do not want to pour boiling water or anything on the surface of your vehicle. So if you can have somebody sitting there holding a hair dryer a good distance away just so that it's getting some warmth on the panel, That's going to significantly reduce your chances of cracking any paint or creating additional problems. Another thing that you need to know is after you make at least one error, in other words, you push somewhere out of the way that's not on your dent or something like that, what you're going to do, because you don't have the adequate training to be doing this, you want to make sure that you're correcting those with the tap down as soon as they happen. My rule for even professional is 3. Once I make 3 errors, I'm correcting those errors as they happen. Otherwise, it gets totally out of control. Now, number 4 is mitigating risks. If your vehicle has been repainted or you're dealing with paint that's over 10 years old and you're putting a glue tab on that vehicle and you're pulling on it, the chances of you pulling the paint off and or the clear coat is extremely high. Number 5, they don't really consider all that's involved in accessing a dent. You may need to remove that door panel from your vehicle, or you might need to remove, the fender liner, or you need to take your headlight out in order to get really good access on that dent. So, these are things that you need to consider. If you need to take something apart, there's no shame in taking it to a body shop, having them pull a headlight out for you, where you're concerned that you might mess it up or something like that. If you're trying to pull a door panel, you always go to a car audio place. They're doing that every day, and they're not going to charge you a ridiculous amount of money for it. You can also take it to a dealership that are certified, especially if you've got like an Audi or a Mercedes or something like that, and there's a lot of components in there. Get in there, have them pull the panel off. You get in there with your dent repair tools and make your adjustments, and then have them put the panels back on. And also, if you're at a dealership or at a body shop or something like that and something goes wrong, they can contact a professional to get the dent out for you right there on the spot, so that you're not left holding the bag essentially. Number 6, trade in valuables for valuables. Most of the kits that they're selling you, that has no real value. However, if you buy the commercial version of these tools and for whatever reason you're not able to effect a repair and you call a professional paintless dent repair technician out to do your repair, you can trade those tools in a lot of cases for a reduced cost in your repair. Even if it's only $20, it's still $20. So I point you to some professional paintless dent repair websites where I'm getting my tools. The first one is A1 Tools, and that is www.pdrtool.com. Number 2 is Anson. That's www.ansonpdr.com. Number 3 is Ultra Dent Tools. That's www.ultradenttools.com. Number 4, especially if you're in the UK or in Europe, you want to use tdntools.com. If you want a little bit more advanced, especially if you're learning as a technician, PDR Finesse Tools, which is www.pdrfinessetools.com. And my personal favorite, where I buy the majority of my professional tools from, is Dentcraft Tools, which is www.dentcrafttools.com. Guys, I hope this has been helpful. I hope I'm saving y'all a little bit of money. Now, if for whatever reason you can't make a repair or you get in there and you're confused about it, just remember that a professional paintless dent repair is a phone call away. They're making all the risks. Yes, it's going to be more expensive. However, that dent will absolutely be perfect in most cases when they're done, and in a lot of cases you're mitigating a lot of risk to your very valuable vehicle. So I hope this has been helpful. Please, if this is YouTube, please like and subscribe. Let's get on to the next vlog.